invents hockey, starts pro league, wins a bunch of Stanley Cups while the rest of the world learns the game or is ineligible. USA learns hockey, gets good. USA expands league, dominates market, wins more Stanley Cups than Canada, wins Stanley Cup for 29 years in a row. Canada forgets what it's like to raise the cup. I don't think anyone in human existence has ever seen a Canadian angry before, but I think this single meme might have just changed everything for the very first time. I'm actually kind of afraid. So wait, what is actually going on with this? Like, I don't follow a lot of the Stanley Cups. The latest winning team is the Colorado Avalanche. What's unfortunate is that the Canadians do still make it to the final sometimes, they just don't win. Vancouver also in 2011. Ottawa in 2007. Yeah, they just keep falling short in the last game. Last time Canada won was 1993. I just wonder how many Canadians are actually playing for US teams though. America's passion for soccer going into hibernation for another 4 years. It's like a line graph that just like peaks for 1 month out of every 4 years and then just completely flatlines after that. Maybe things will finally change in 2026. France banned short haul flights, so they're going to invest them in trains more than, right? Right? Wait, doesn't France already have a really good train system right now? But why are they banning short flights anyways? They're getting rid of all flights between cities that can be reached by train in less than 2.5 hours. So like flights that are maybe only an hour long then. Oh, this actually only affects about 3 routes. We already know from just Paris alone, this is how far you can get in just a 5-hour-long train ride. I'm like laughing in my head because I know that we would never be able to do this in the US, or at least I won't be able to live long enough to see it. Problem is, isn't it usually cheaper to fly than take the train? Football? Don't you mean hand egg? And to think they actually call football soccer. Honestly, how did Americans even come up with this stuff? I already know where this is going. Many years ago. Now, the rabble call this association football, but proper Oxford gentlemen refer to it as soccer. You kick the ball with your foot, which incidentally is also an excellent unit for measuring distance. Whoa, you're so smart, big brother. Not only did our big bro trick us into calling it soccer, but they also tricked us into using the imperial system. I love the little nod to that here, measuring distance. And now they get to make fun of us pretty much forever. I'm just honestly surprised to see the UK get along with France. Wait, is this gonna be the return of Countryhumans? This is supposed to be an alien in the famous sci-fi series Doctor Who. Why does he look like he's just some bloke from the pub? And he seems like a jolly fellow, doesn't he? I wouldn't mind running into him. Is this what the pubs are like in the UK? Guinea pigs? No. Guinea pigs, now that's what I'm talking about. Much more accurate. And ladies and gentlemen, it is with great pleasure to announce there are in fact pigs in Guinea, or at least a red river hog, which I think is similar. And these things look a lot more threatening than just regular guinea pigs. You'd be surprised to find out how hard it was to find out if there were actually pigs in the country of Guinea. I kept just seeing this stuff everywhere. Average Greek-Turkish encounter on Rocket League? Hello. Where are you from? Greece. You? Turkey. What's up? Nice. Haha. Let's make a bet. Winner takes the islands. Lol, bet. To be honest, this actually seemed like a pretty good interaction. I thought it was gonna be way, way worse. The big cities inside of Poland, Czechia, Slovakia, and Hungary looks pretty nice. Looks, oh, big, yeah, the cities outside big cities. The small cities. These places look like they have way more fun though. I'm gonna have to see that for myself. The Austro-Hungarian Empire according to Hungarians. The Austro-Hungarian Empire according to Slovaks. The Austro-Hungarian Empire in reality. It was actually just Habsburgs watching Hungary versus Slovakia. Has there ever been a bigger Frankenstein nation than Austro-Hungaria? I mean, the languages alone would take an entire university course to learn about. The linguistic color terms evolution, saying you think you're better than me. While Eastern Europe is like, I am better than you. Oh, because they are this tier 8. So this is referring to the idea that as languages develop, they come up with words for certain colors. And as more time goes by, they will have more words for colors. For example, in English, we don't have a name for light blue because like I said right there, I called it light blue. There isn't a specific name for it. And apparently for a lot of Eastern European languages, they do have a name for light blue. So is this saying stage 1 of a language, they first have to come up with a name for white and black, then red, yellow, green, blue, brown, all this stuff. I don't know. I'm the last person that should be doing this. I don't know my colors. Meanwhile, in the Philippines, I guess things are not going that well in the Philippines right now. I don't know. Graphs are going down. Looks bad. The Philippines government, when the people have money, oh, that's actually government money. Meanwhile, the Philippines government, when the country is in debt, that's country debt. It's all our debt. Is that what they're saying? We share the debt. but the tax money is ours. I think there's a lot of places that can relate to this. Uruguay, Mexico, Ecuador, Costa Rica, and then Brazil and Argentina all watching the sun together. Meanwhile, very soon after, it is just Brazil and Argentina left. Wait a second, did all these countries get knocked out just in the group stage of the World Cup? I don't think any of them advanced past that. Yeah, literally the only Latin American countries that advanced into the playoff bracket was Argentina and Brazil. That is really shocking when you put it like that. Indians and Pakistanis, when you remove their different languages and faiths, oh, they are literally just like twin brothers. Who could have guessed this? To be fair, there are a lot of places around the world that are like this. It really just comes down to languages and faiths sometimes, especially when the countries are literally right next to each other. Kazakhstan, reversing itself, embraces Borat as very nice. After banning the first Sacha Baron Cohen satire, the country has created tourism ads adopting its catchphrase. Wow, I'm finally in Kazakhstan. Very nice. Greatest country in the world. This is good for tourism. I remember reading about this a while ago. I wonder if they've stayed committed. I feel like Kazakhstan should instead embrace my can into Europe theory. I mean, technically speaking, it is in Europe. Come visit the least European country you could ever imagine. POV, you're a Texan trying to decide how to decorate your house. Yeah, I feel like I've never been inside of a house in Texas that didn't have at least one of these. Bonus points if you have all, although I feel like a lot of them have all. I feel like we're just missing some cowboy stuff and that's it. When you bring up the War of 1812, but you forget about the Battle of New Orleans and how you lost your influence in the Americas to the United States. We burned down the White House. Bit of a mixed war there in 1812. Some good, some bad. I always think the funniest part about this though is the UK literally doesn't think about it at all. Like, we here in the US always mention it. Meanwhile, Britain back in Europe was really just focused on this. When you make Texans angry, novice level. When you trigger Californians, easy mode. When you insult Ohioans, medium difficulty. When you trigger a civil war with the Carolinas, a little bit more difficult, but the hardest of all the levels when you insult a person from Florida using 3rd grade level English and they understand your insult. I'm just glad to see this wasn't another Ohio joke. I mean, Ohio was included. I'm just glad they weren't the punchline. I feel like this meme brings up a better question though. Like, what is actually easier? Making Texans just mad in general or triggering Californians? Because on the list of things, these are close. Just both shockingly easy to do. You don't even mean to do it. The difference. Member states of the UK can't leave or even vote to leave without permission. Big changes can go ahead without the consent of all members. Meanwhile, member states of the EU can join voluntarily and leave freely. Big changes can only go with the consent of all members. Oh, okay. Okay, I see what you're doing there. We're still dunking on the Brexit. UK votes to leave the Union and become a competitor. EU starts acting like a competitor. Meanwhile, the UK. Whenever I see this image, I only think of this man being taken and driven to Brazil by Obama. Does anyone else remember that? Tony Blair says the new British Prime Minister should seek new Brexit deal with EU. What about Brexit deal? We already had it, says the EU. We had one, yes. But what about second Brexit deal? Yes, second Brexit deal and second breakfast, they go hand in hand. I love me some second breakfasts. If you've never watched Lord of the Rings, that doesn't make any sense. So our nuke test was a success, asks Putin. No, sir, you're looking at Luton. Wait, what does this city look like? I feel like I've never heard the Brits dunk on this place before. I don't even know if I've heard of this place before. There's usually always another one you guys like to make fun of. Welcome to the British Museum. Just don't ask where we got all this stuff. Don't even worry about that. Hey, but go ahead and enjoy it. It's free. I did like that part. It's nice that it's free. People from Montenegro and Macedonia waiting for posts specifically about them. It goes for my videos as well as just memes in general. I feel like No, I never talk about them. Never mind. Yes, the coldest day in Denmark. It's actually still like blazing hot outside. Wait, did like a Norwegian make this or something? Someone who's like really truly used to the freezing, frigid cold. Mexico, the USA, and Canada finally all coming together for winning the FIFA World Cup for North America. This is gonna be our chance. This is exactly how we unite the continent. I mean, just one of us has to do it. And since it's tradition to let the hosting country into the brackets or whatever, does that mean they have to let in 3 now? Maybe they're gonna take that away, but maybe we can all, we all ranked this year. I don't know, we'll see in 4 years. Brazil desperately wanting a rematch. Meanwhile, Germany never getting past the group stage again. This is referring to the greatest tragedy of any Brazilian's life. Those 2 numbers in succession that shall no longer be named. You think Germany's just doing this on purpose now? Like they're intentionally losing just to make Brazil even more angry? They're never gonna get the rematch they wanted. Year of establishment / independence / foundation of Balkan countries. So we kind of have some new ones in the Northwest, Slovenia, Croatia, Bosnia, all past 1990s. Oh wait, I forgot about Kosovo. Disputed, North Macedonia, 1991. Albania, 1912. I actually forgot about that. Then we have Turkey in 1923 after the fall of the Ottoman Empire. We have Serbia in 1878, which I actually thought they were a little bit older. Actually, some of these I think are definitely older, but this must be like the modern establishment. So we have Bulgaria too. Then Romania, even older than that, 1862. Then we have Montenegro, which is technically the second oldest in the Balkans. That doesn't even seem right, I'm gonna be honest. But Greece with another dub, 1830. Once again, coming out on top for this whole region. Very surprising. But yeah, this is definitely some sort of modern establishment. But even if it wasn't, I'm pretty sure Greece would still be, you know, like the oldest. Greece has kind of been around for a really long time. Does this give them enough to win their little friendly rivalry with Turkey? I mean, sometimes it's not so friendly. And big thanks to my patrons. Drew, I'm stalking you and will kidnap you December 27th, 2022. DJ McSkillet,
aPhatNarwhal.
Drew's Argentinian
$20 is a
Bjarne
lottery. Bring
Wildfang,
back
Evan
bowling
Pryce,
balls.
GoodOldRyah,
Isaac Kilgore is
LuxembourgLover,
Noah
Gamer,
Biotic,
Bassall
ortin
69,
5610,
Patrick,
Phresh
Allison,
Robert
Animations,
RyeThePie,
Scottish
Took
Toki, if you
the
hear this, I
Polish,
love you. The
Lithuanian,
Mexican
Commonwealth,
Twickenhamster.
And why am
ZaneyBoi,
I doing this?